Welcome to the channel Shamina Sarfadin and myself Shamina, HOD of Biochemistry from Ratanavel Subramaniam College of Arts and Science, Solur, Coimbatore, India. In this video, we are going to see about haptens. We all know that haptens are spelled usually as haptene. They are small molecules that which stimulates the production of antibody molecules. Only when they are being conjugated to a large molecule, which we call it as carrier molecule. Looking in detail about the haptens. Before understanding the haptens, let us first understand what are antigens. Antigens are the foreign molecules that which enter into our body, right? So, these antigens have two properties. One is immunogenicity and the other one is antigenicity. Immunogenicity is nothing but the ability of the antigen to produce some immunological response inside your body. Whereas antigenicity is a property to bind to the antibody or the T cell receptors. So any antigen that which enter into your body has these two properties, that is immunogenicity as well as antigenicity. They are proteins in nature. When you look at the haptens, they are low molecular proteins. But haptens are different from antigens. You know how? The haptens, they have the property of antigenicity, but they do not have immunogenicity. That is, they cannot or they will not be able to produce by its own the immunogenicity property. They cannot produce the immune response, but they have the ability to retain, to bind to the specific antibodies or to the T cell receptors. How an haptens can become an antigenic or how it can become immunogenic in nature, that is where the haptens is going to play a role. So how the haptens are exhibiting the immunogenicity property, that is how it is going to act as an antigen. Let's see. So when there is a carrier molecule, that is a large protein molecule that has an ability to bind with the hapten, it can convert the hapten to a complex antigen. Thereby, it can exhibit the property to produce the immunological response. So that's why many drugs like penicillin are haptens in nature. A hapten is essentially an incomplete antigen. These small molecules can elicit an immune response only when they are being attached to the larger molecule, that is, as I said, the carrier molecule, which is a protein. So that's why the carrier typically elicit an immune response by itself. So look at the picture over here. The hapten molecules are here, which have low molecular weight. Now they are combining with a larger carrier molecule, and thereby you can see the haptens attaches on the surface of the carrier molecule, converting the hapten to the complex antigen, and thereby now this complex antigen is good enough to act as an immunogen, that is, it is ready to produce the immunological response. Looking into the type of haptens. Haptens are of two types. One is simple haptens and the other one is complex haptens. To say about the simple haptens actually have only one epitope, and thereby when the hapten antibody complex forms, they cannot be clearly visible under the precipitation. The precipitation is not visible because there is only one epitope. As the ethics says, For the precipitation to appear visible, we need at least two epitopes, whereas the complex haptens show the precipitation clearly because they have at least two epitopes and thereby the precipitation is visible. So the picture clearly says the simple haptens are non-precipitating and univalent in nature, whereas the complex haptens are precipitating and they are polyvalent in nature. Looking at the function of haptens. The main function of the haptens is to elicit the immune response. Now let's think, how do haptens elicit an immune response? Unlike the antigens, the haptens require an additional molecule before they are being able to elicit an immunological response. And these additional molecules are generally called as carriers and are often proteins to which the hapten will bind very tightly, and the bond is covalent bond. It brings a bigger strength between the molecules, and the formation of these hapten carrier molecule complex, they make the hapten to become immunogenic in nature, thereby resulting in the production of anti-hapten antibodies. Friends, you need to understand, if the same antigen is exposed, that is, these antibodies can recognize them and they can bind to the same hapten without the presence of the carrier molecule, and therefore the haptens need a carrier molecule to become immunogenic in nature, and hence why they are also antigenic, as they are able to bind to the antibodies or the components of immune response. So now let's see what are the kinds of proteins that bind to the haptens. Haptens, they are frequently bind to the proteins that are present in the blood serum, especially the albumin. If the hapten albumin complex is larger than 3000 molecular weight, it will become immunogenic in nature. The immune response that is being elicited by the hapten carrier complex, it mainly targets the carrier molecule and thereby behaves like an antigen. Some haptens, they can bind to the cell membrane, including the RBC cells. In case the cell molecule, that is a small molecule that is being present, will act as a neoantigen. And the drugs such as brufen can form neoantigen with the RBC cells. Once an immune response is elicited, then it would lead to the lysis of these neoantigenic RBC cells and thereby leading to the destruction of RBC, which we commonly call it as hemolytic anemia. And to speak more about haptens, we also need to know the discovery part, right? So experiments by Karl Landsteiner in the early 20th century, it showed that the compounds that such as aminobenzene sulfonate are the one which elicit an immunological response because they are being conjugated with a carrier, and usually they are termed as ovalbumin. And the term haptenic response, the word haptenic response, was being coined out by the Greek haptin, that is, the meaning is to fasten. This haptenic response, the word was being coined out by Landsteiner to explore how the antigen and antibody binding worked. And in more recent times, there are lots of research for finding a vaccine against the infectious diseases. And one more important function of haptens is that it works. How does it work in the pharmaceutical companies as a drug? So the pharmaceutical drugs that will become the haptens, let's see that. They are typically small molecules. The pharmaceutical drugs are typically very small molecules. They can be haptens when they bind to the protein in the blood. That is very important. You need to bind to your protein. So once the immunological response is elicited, it can cause an immune reaction to the drug that is binding. And this might lead to skin eruptions or anaphylactic shock in very severe cases. And this is about haptens and its function. Friends, stay tuned to the channel Shamina Saifuddin for more videos on immunology. Thank you.